Why did you decide to pursue a career in tech?
So, like you mentioned earlier, my undergraduate degree was in biology with the intentions of going to pharmacy school, but it wasn't until maybe 4 days before graduation I decided not to pursue pharmacy anymore because at that time I actually interned at a pharmacy in a hospital and I hated it. It was extremely boring. It was the bane of my existence. And at that time, I had to finally conjure up the confidence to tell mommy, I know you spent thousands of dollars for me to go to this school to do pharmacy, but no, I don't want to do it. And then she's like, okay. I'm like, wait, that's it. Okay, that's all I. That's because I would have been changed my major from way back then, right? So after graduation, had to start from scratch, and since I didn't really know what to do with my degree at the time, I ended up getting a job at Papados where I served as a waiter. And yeah, I just needed to do that just to pay the bills. And it wasn't until I came across a Business Insider that said 43 courses to change the course of your career. So I was like, okay, cool. I don't have a career at this time. I'm just a server, at Papados serving seafood. So I was like, sure, why not? And as I was going through the list of courses, I came across Introduction to Computer Science by Harvard CS50 class. So I was like, all right, cool. I've always been a nerd. I've been loving video games. So I was like, all right, let me see what this computer science thing is about. And bro, I took the first maybe couple of classes and I absolutely fell in love with it. I felt like my mind, like I feel like a veil just ripped from my eyes. Like, what is this industry? Like, it's finally cool seeing what's actually happening behind the computer and how to make things work. And from there, skyrocket to my career to software engineering. But I can get more into details as we go in the conversation. But that's just like the first. That's like the step one in the journey.
I have so many follow-ups. First of all, first of all, how cool is your mom, right?
Yeah, no. Don't let this story get it twisted. She's still a crazy nice young mom now. Yeah, but she's like, okay, Rick, I mean, it's your life. You can do what you want to do. I'm like, but mom, the only reason why I even went to this school was because I had a pharmacy school. I thought I was gonna do like, the African thing, like get a good
Yeah.
job, go to this school, get a good job, and then do your thing. But like I said, I just hadn't been exposed to it at the time. I feel like my
So
only exposure to code was when I didn't even know about it was like during the MySpace days when everybody was writing HTML and CSS for their own pages. But we didn't know what we were doing. At that point, we were just making our MySpace page cool. We didn't know that we could actually make very significant amount of money doing it.
yeah, that's interesting. So I something I really wanted to tease out there was that I think at the point that you decided that you wanted to not do pharmacy anymore, you didn't necessarily have it clearly figured out that you wanted to go into software.
Not at all.
So aside from that kind of like Business Insider article, were there other things that you also saw that kind of like, because again, there's like the fact that you kind of like got drawn into it, but did
Mhm.
you see the career potential kind of like from the outside looking in?
No, I didn't see. There was only one girl who she mentioned that she was like an MIS major, so I knew she did stuff with the computers, but it didn't really click in my mind that I could actually pursue this as a career. So it wasn't until I literally started taking those courses, then started doing a lot of googling, listen to podcasts, YouTube videos, like Code Academy. That's like a very introduction to computer science, introduction to code website podcast. There's a Code Newbie podcast where she talks about her background going into tech. And there's and a whole bunch of YouTubers that are just talking about their industry, their interest in the industry. So I had to learn from like the internet. The internet was like my second teacher, and I really took advantage of that because it's free at that point.